wrong. There's 8.
Here we go.
Okay. So, Mike, we're going to do the 8-step process for air brake test. First, truck needs to be on a level ground.
Level.
Spring brake off.
Off.
Okay, we're letting it stabilize. Okay, now we are going to put our foot on the service brake. This is the step 1 of 8, the static leak test. Okay, we're going to put our foot on the service brake, shut off the truck, put it on accessories because our gauges are electronic. And now we're timing it for a minute. We can have up to 3 pounds of pressure loss within that minute. If it's more than that, you've got an issue. You've got a pin leak somewhere in a line. There's 2 tanks, so both needles are steady. So watch those for a minute. Thank you, sir. That passed. Next step we're going to do is bleed the brakes down to around 60 when the bells and whistles go off. At 30, the spring brake will pop out. That's test 3. 3.
We still got 5 more.
All right, so we're going to start it up. So now I can artificially pump it up to about 1,200 RPM. Because I'm giving the compressor a little bit more mojo to get air into the tanks. My next test, once this PSI gets to 85, we count from 85 to 100. It has to get into that span within 45 seconds. You're testing the ability of the compressor to put air into the tanks. It's recovering your pressure so you have brakes the next time you want to use it. I artificially can pump this up until the lights go off. That puts me at about 75 or 80, and then we'll let the compressor do the rest. So right about now, they'll shut off. There you go. Okay, so now we're going to look at, so I'll tell you when to start timing. It's when that needle gets between that hash mark and the 90. So right about now, we're going to time this 45 seconds. It has to be at or above that 100 mark, or there's a system issue with the compressor. So it's good to know all 8 steps and why you're testing them. What's the cause and effect. Else is doing it, I can hear it. Right about there. Was it about 38 seconds?
Yep.
35? Yep. So that's normal. So now we're going to test the compressor, the governor cutout. So the governor tells the compressor to stop putting air in the tank so it doesn't overfill the tanks. So at about 120, you'll feel that audible release of air. That tells you that the governor told the compressor stop putting air into the tanks.
We're gonna hear the
Yep. Now this I can artificially give it a little kick in the pants too, because you'll hear that. Pretty close.
There we go.
That passed. Next one, the governor. That was a governor cut in. That was a governor cut out. This is the governor cut in. So we're going to pump it down. We're taking air out. The governor is going to tell the compressor, hey, we're getting deficient in air, we need to put some air back in there.
Right.
As soon as you see that needle stop and go back to the right, you know that it worked. There you go, that passed. Next step, service brake. Put it in drive, we want to make sure the spring brake holds. That passed. The last test is to go about 3 to 5 miles an hour.
Ooh.
And the service brake stopped us.
It works.
It works.
Pass.
All 8 steps have passed.